See what this baby's got inside it.
Hey, what's up, guys? Brett from Hapticast Intro here.
Bark, bark, ew.
You suck you off, Phil.
Oh, Josh, I hear screaming.
Oh no!
It's gone. The controller's gone.
Look at that. You look fucking fantastic.
Welcome to Haptic HQ.
Hey, how are you?
Oh, stop it.
How you doing?
For me? Really?
Oh, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Hapticast episode 63, coming at you live from inside of Haptic HQ, Haptic Studios, in front of our very own live studio audience. How's everybody doing tonight?
Why are you booing him? He's
Why
right.
are you booing me?
Viewing.
Why are you booing me? Is it because I didn't like Cyberpunk? No?
Yikes.
Okay.
We're
Anyway,
gonna talk about that.
we are. How are you, Brett?
I'm doing well. You know what? Long day. Very tired.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of driving around today, doing stuff for work. Very tired. But I'm here. I'm feeling good. And I am ready to talk about some video games, some nerdy stuff, and, just chat with you.
Yeah. Before we get started, I want everybody to know that we have merch available. You know?
Do
And
we?
that you should buy it, and that you should subscribe to us, and that you should follow us. All links are in the description. That you should share it with your friends, and that you should tell us how you really feel.
True.
It's true. So Brett, quick rundown for you. First of all, we had an interview with the creator of GG go up last week.
We did.
I believe on Friday last week it premiered. Some people have been checking it out. Charles Watson, the creator of the GG video game tracker app. If you don't have it yet, download it. You can follow us, Brett and I, via the links in our description. It's a really cool interview where we talk about video games and obviously GG, how it, where it came from and where it's going in the future. So make sure you check that out on our channel. Shout out to Charles Watson and GG. Of course, we have our media consumption update. Might be a little, well, not necessarily shorter today. But I was going to say one of the games that we would normally talk about is actually going to be one of the topics today, which we'll be talking about a little bit of an early review discussion, quote unquote, of Horizon Forbidden West. And then we have the Abysmal Chronicles for you today. Lots of video games coming up to be released, on top of course, Elden Ring. And then we have the Abysmal Chronicles. We have a bunch of stuff in there, including Charlie Day wanting to be Luigi. Then our main topics, of course,
He already is Luigi. He's going to be Luigi again.
Luigi again. So our main topics, of course, we're talking about Persona's 25th anniversary announcements. What is coming next for them? Some interesting information in there, and we're going to speculate a little bit, so stay tuned for that. We're going to be, of course, doing, like I said, the Horizon Forbidden West review discussing what the first 10 hours. No story spoilers, obviously. Maybe in the next several months or weeks, depending on how long it takes us to finish this game, maybe we'll do a full review discussion, but we'll see. And then Indie Intel, we have a game this week called Guinea Pig Parkour to share with all of you. Cool, interesting little indie game for you all. So,
Josh, before we get started, there's a little bit of breaking news that I have to break to everyone right now.
breaking news, you got to break. What is it?
Got to break some news. Guys, ladies and gentlemen. I say this with a heavy heart. Arthur, the show, the cartoon series is ending. The final 4 episodes are premiering right now.
What?
That's correct. But how they are doing it, the story that they are pushing forward is enough to make you, a grown man, sob, Josh.
So I didn't look at this before we started at all.
So the story is that Arthur's story ended by having him become an actual author. The person who pushed him into that career, Mark Brown, the creator of Arthur. Oh, and the voice of adult Arthur was the original voice of Arthur, Michael Yarmouche. And as you can see in the image there, there's the actual author of Arthur pushing him to become an author. And again, they got the voice of the original voice of Arthur to come back and do adult Arthur. After he became an author, Arthur the author, who wrote a book called Arthur's Eyes, The Beginning, a graphic novel.
I'm getting chills right now, actually, as we speak about this. As it's being spoken about.
So it's very unfortunate, but Arthur the author is coming to an end. Like I said, the final 4 episodes are, they're upon us, and episode 1 of the 4 is already aired. So,
well,
I love how they're doing like an anime thing where like they're doing a time skip at the end of the series to like wrap things up.
Yeah, it's nice. It's a good little touch.
Kinda cute.
Thanks for breaking that breaking news. And now,
very sad.
Back to us.
All right. So what are we doing? We're doing our media consumption update.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So I haven't watched any movies this week.
Mhm.
However, I've been playing a lot of games and watching a lot of TV. Games. Number 1, as we discussed last week, Cyberpunk did drop their next gen update, and I played it. And I don't know if it's just that it's been a long time since I played it last or what, but the game doesn't visually look much different. Although I'm seeing like comparisons that make it look like, holy crap, it really did change quite a bit. But there's a lot of changes and a lot of fixes and a lot of good things. And I don't know when I'm going to go back to it because right now is a very busy time for video games. But I'm at the last mission, I believe, because I'm at a part where it's like if you continue, you will not be able to go forward. Like,
make sure you make a save right before that.
Okay, well that's where I'm at. I haven't done anything after that, so. So yeah, I don't know when I'm going to get to it, but that's what I had done there.
Yeah.
Dying Light 2 is a game that I bought and have not been able to play since it came out.
Poo poo. It sucks. It's poo poo.
So I wish I could play it. I can't have an opinion on it because I can't fucking play the game. So.
Well, your opinion is that it's bad because you can't play it because it's broken.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you're right in that regard. Yeah, my opinion is that it is bad. So there's that. I am playing Horizon Forbidden West. I haven't played too much, but enough to talk about it with you today, and we'll do that later on in the podcast.
Yep.
Played a little bit of Uno, the classic, got to play some Uno every once in a while. And I played a little bit of Halo, and I got to tell you, Josh, that game, very boring. Not a fan. They need to do something because that game is dying, and it needs content very badly.
Yeah. It's actually... Excuse me. Ow. I forget what I was going to say. I just sneezed it right out of my brain. Halo. Yeah, they need content. They need to add content. It had so much steam at the start of it. You know what I mean? Like, there was so much hype around it. And then they took... I mean, I know it was a holiday and the developers took time off, but Big Team Battle didn't work. And any kind of momentum, I guess, it had is gone. So... Yeah,
I would have to agree with you. It's just... I mean, I think the season 2 is supposed to start tomorrow, right?
No, May, I thought. The reset for rank is.
Oh.
But well, season 2 actual is not.
Well, that doesn't mean anything because
season 2 actual.
That
they're ruining rank mode, right?
Yeah, they're like taking our ranks away and giving us different ranks.
Right.
So. Well, that's a very unfortunate development in Halo. Not happy about that. TV and anime. Listen.
I'm listening.
I need you to understand.
I'll try.
Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
And I know I'm late to the game here. I finally caught up. I'm on season 4.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm not caught up all the way. There's 2 episodes out of... well, there's actually like 8 episodes out of the final part. But I don't watch the sub. I watch the dub. So there's only 2 episodes out in part 2. I haven't caught up to that yet.
Yeah.
I'm on like episode 9 of season 4. Holy shit, dude. I literally...
You're on episode 9?
Dude. That show slaps so hard. And it almost lost me for a minute. There was a part where I was like, dude, there's too much going on. There's way too much going on. This doesn't make any sense.
We don't know
So-
what the hell is going on.
So you watched all of season 3, yeah?
Correct. Yep.
Okay, I don't want to spoil it for anyone that hasn't seen it yet, but I'll say this. There's a part where they introduced a new character. He was a king, and he wanted to take back something that belonged to his family.
Mm-hmm.
That whole arc, I was like, I don't like this at all. I really didn't really care for it.
Yeah.
Now I appreciate it because of what it set up for season 4, but I was like, damn, this is not very good. And then by the end of that season 3, I was like, damn, this show actually slaps really hard. And then season 4 happened, and I was like, damn, this show, I told you, it took a turn, dude.
Yeah.
It was completely different. It was giving you a different angle of what happened, or where we're at now. There's a big time skip that happens, and they give you a different angle of the whole world, right? And it was actually really good. I liked it. And my fiance was watching with me, and she was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like this. Like, why are we taking why is the main story taking a back seat? And I was like, because it's gonna be so much more impactful when we get to that, main story again,
Sure.
now knowing what we
Sure.
see here.
Right.
It's incredible. I can't believe what I just witnessed happen in the last episode that I watched. Aaron's badass, and everything I've ever said about him being a little bitch, I take back. He's slick, and that's it.
Wow. Well,
You need to fast track this and watch it immediately so we can talk about it. Is what needs to happen. really.
Wow. You're giving me the fast track request.
I am. And I'm telling you right now, you got to fast track it, and then we're gonna watch it every week. Not together, but we're gonna watch it as they come out. So episode 2, do you watch the dub or the sub?
I have done both. I stopped watching the dub because I could not wait. So I've
Okay.
switched over to the sub for season 3, and I won't be going back to the dub.
Okay, well then never mind. Don't fast track it because you're just gonna keep watching and you're just gonna go ahead of me, and I can't have that happen.
I could switch back over to the dub. I have no problem. But
Okay.
I love the Japanese voices now. Is the thing.
Okay, well the problem is there's like 6 episodes more in Japan than there are in America.
Okay. Well, I'll wait.
I'm gonna need you to hold on.
I'll wait.
Okay.
So so I know it's a 2-part season. There's 10 for the first part. 12.
To be honest, I think 12. I really don't
12.
know. I think it's 12.
Okay.
But yeah, there's like 8 episodes out in part 2,
Mhm.
and only 2 episodes out in English
Yeah.
in part 2.
My dilemma is this though. I want to go back and rewatch everything because it's been so long since I finished. Like I finished season 3 when it aired. Like
Yeah,
the
see,
day
I just did
the
that.
day it aired, I finished season 3. So it's been 47 years.
Yeah, I'm watching everything. I just rewatched the whole series, so like I'm in it right now.
Not that
And
I couldn't rewatch the whole thing fairly quickly, I suppose, but
I'll be honest, I don't know if you really need to rewatch. If you've seen it and you remember everything that happened, I don't know if you need to rewatch season 1 and 2. You might be able to just get away with 3.
well, that's what I was gonna say. I've rewatched season 1 and 2 several times.
Yeah.
Because I watched them, then I watched them again, and then I watched them again when season 3 before season 3 was gonna air. So I'm good with season 1 and season 2, but season 3, some parts of it are a little fuzzy, so maybe I need to do that.
Season 3 is probably the most important for where season 4 is, right? So
Okay.
you're definitely gonna have to at least rewatch season 3.
Okay.
But wow, I can't believe what I witnessed last night.
It's good to hear.
It's great. Peacemaker's finale. How about this? I'm gonna talk about Righteous Gemstones. There's a new episode out. I haven't seen it yet. That show slaps.
Mhm.
That's all I've been watching. Let's talk about Peacemaker real quick because I know you watched the finale too.
Correct.
So
Yep.
we can kind of use that as a segue, if you will.
Sure.
What did you think of the Peacemaker finale? Because I loved it.
It's a 10 out of 10.
The whole show.
The whole
To
show's
me
a
was
10.
Yeah, I
But
really enjoyed it.
The last episode specifically, though, they closed off loose ends in the sense of like, to me, the most interesting part of the story was the group dynamic, right? The team, everybody together, Peacemaker, how he interacts with everybody, where they came, and it's kind of full circle by that last episode. And then they're really put in a situation where they have to lean on that team stuff.
Yep.
And maybe that sounds cliche, but it's done in a way that does not feel cliche at all. And then there's a fight sequence in the last episode that is so if you followed me on Twitter, you know I love the opening to Peacemaker. The theme song, the dance, I ate that shit up the first time I saw it, and every episode, I don't skip it. It makes me smile. I fucking love it. The last episode, let's just say that theme song is played, and I'm a sucker when the theme song plays in a show, and if it's done well, and it's done well.
So listen, real quick. I don't want to go back to Attack on Titan for too long, but listen. No Attack on Titan theme comes close to the season 1, part 1 theme.
Not at all.
Okay?
Not at all.
And I've been saying to my fiance as we're watching it, because they even at one point, I think season 3, they had a song that was by the same band and started off the same, but then it was a completely different song. Okay. That's not enough. I need either I don't know if part 2 is already out, right? So I don't know, but either that song needs to be the theme song for that whole season, that whole part, or in the last episode of that show, that song needs to play, or I'm out. I need you to
It's
know
all
that.
ruined.
I'm out.
Yeah.
So I agree with you.
It's like Tokyo Ghoul, though. When that,
dude,
you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. And when that happens, I'm up on the coffee table dancing. That's it.
Exactly. So yeah, Peacemaker, great example of a show with a banger intro song. And honestly, if they get rid of that in season 2,
I'm out.
I'm out. So yeah, when that played in the finale, I was in love. But yeah, I really liked that whole series, to be honest with you. Big surprise. I did not expect it to be that good.
I didn't expect to like it as much as I did. Not even like I love it. I loved it.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's full of heart. Some awesome action sequences. Really interesting storyline too. And James Gunn, my man, has a way. And listen, I haven't been a fan of all of his work, but I'm a fan of a lot of his work. And he has a way to make you care for things that you have no business caring about. And dude, I think it's just a level of genuineness he puts into the characters that he writes.
He can take a character that was bottom of the barrel in that whole universe of DC Comics, and he can make him like one of the best characters that they've ever brought to the screen with Peacemaker, right? So,
yeah. So it's awesome. Highly recommend it. So yeah, I was watching Peacemaker, also watching Righteous Gemstones. That show was also awesome. Love it. John Goodman doing his due diligence this season. I'll tell you what, my man.
He's acting his ass off.
Yeah. And then I also started Succession, which is that HBO show. That show is fucking nuts. It stresses me out, and it gave me nightmares. So I literally, dude, one episode I finished towards the end of the first season, which I haven't finished the first season just yet, but one episode I finished. It ends in such a way where I was like anxious. Like I watched it right before I went to bed. I was like, this is terrible. I fucking went to bed thinking about it. I literally had a nightmare about it, about the resolution to what occurred on screen.
Wow. So not even a horror.
No, it's so stressful. It's like it reminds me, honestly, I know I always go back to the well, but like parts of Breaking Bad where it's like, this is so stressful, I'm gonna throw up. Like I don't know what's happening right now. This show evokes that almost every fucking episode, and it's stuff that I'm not normally interested in, which is like boardroom kind of financial drama stuff, which maybe doesn't sound that interesting, but it's kind of takes a back seat to the relationship drama of stuff that goes on. And I'm literally getting stressed out thinking about it, so I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Is it grounded in reality, or is it like kind of ridiculous, like Righteous Gemstones? Where
it's fairly grounded. I mean, it's literally just about essentially who's going to take over this massive media conglomerate as the CEO. Yeah. So it's almost like Game of Thrones, but in corporate America.
Okay, that's kind of the vibe I was getting. I just wasn't sure if like. So like in Righteous Gemstones, they'll just be like shooting people in the middle of, you know what I mean? Like random like things like that happen. Is this more grounded in reality where things actually have consequences? And
it's very grounded in reality, and also it does a good job. Like most of it is just dialogue, to be honest with you. Like it's just dialogue and conversations, but the camera is always tight in on people's faces and conversations, and people interrupt each other, people talk over each. It's like, dude, it's like Uncut Gems. It's like shot like that, where it's like real life, where people just talk over each other, interrupt, and like it's very uncut gems. That's actually a great analogy, and maybe I'll leave it at that.
All right.
So, games. Well, actually, let me do movies first, and then I'll loop back to games. So, movies. I watched Tick Tick Boom finally. Loved it.
Thoughts? Okay.
I loved it. To be honest with you, I think it's my favorite thing that Lin-Manuel thing he's ever done. Jonathan Larson, I'm a fan of, obviously, of Rent, and me having a musical theater background and liking musical theater. I was not aware of a lot of these elements of his life, and I wasn't even aware of the musical, quote-unquote, Tick Tick Boom that he wrote about it, which is this is based off of, and then, of course, extrapolates on. But it's awesome. Andrew Garfield kills it.
So good.
The music is so good, and the way it's shot and staged, it's I loved it. I gave it a 5 on Letterboxd. So
Wow. Nice.
So if that tells you anything.
I thought you would like it based on just your background and the stuff you're into. I thought that would be a very much a you movie.
Yeah, it certainly was. It's a shame I waited so long, I guess, because they didn't get on the initial hype train. But I really quite enjoyed it a lot. So
Nice.
Of course, Horizon Forbidden West, which we'll talk about shortly. We're going to be doing a review discussion, which is one of our topics. And then Dying Light 2, Brett. I finished it. I put about 60 or 70 hours in. I finished the main story, I guess I should say. I did a lot of the side stuff.
Yep.
I had a lot of issues. And I think the best way to do this, so I don't go off on a tangent, maybe say more than I need to here, is going back to GG. I'm going to read you what I wrote in my GG review. At least in part.
Okay.
I gave it a 1.5 star out of 5. I said, this was a huge disappointment. I was looking forward to this, and it was a massive letdown. The good. Melee combat feels mostly good. Parkour feels okay when it actually works. Lots of stuff to do and keep you busy, that's for sure. Some story characters are interesting, and there are some really cool Easter eggs in the game. Really cool Easter eggs in the game that I came across. That's where the good stops. The bad. The story is barely serviceable. It's terrible. It's really terrible, actually. It's quite bad. The parkour is really wonky, all over the place. Even when you unlock all of the abilities, there's just areas where it doesn't work. Like, you have to look at the thing that you want to go towards. I get that. There are places where it doesn't work.
So, I'm going to ask you something.
Yeah.
We did a video, or we did a topic and it turned to a video on our channel about the first 10 hours, our review.
Mhm.
And we were both pretty positive from that. What would you say is the biggest change? What happened? What did you experience in those 10 hours? I know you're reading your review, but just very briefly, what changed to make you go from where we were at to where you are now?
Yeah. The new areas. Each area, which is a cool concept, is designed around specific parkour mechanics, right? But the problem is, once you go to those new areas, traversing it any other way than the way in which they want you to traverse it becomes impossible, and therefore accessing things becomes much more difficult. And the thing that really got to me, I would call it death by 1,000 cuts. Maybe that's what I should title it. It might not be one major thing that shifted, but there are 100 other things that stack up and add up that wore on me that led me to my final opinion.
Is one of those cuts the fact that your friend can't play the game at all?
Yeah, it honestly is. But the main draw of the game is the co-op element, and I can't fucking play it.
Yeah.
Like, we got to a point where it's like, there's literally nothing else to do. You need to progress in the story, but you can't. So,
yeah.
What do we do?
Even joining you, I was surprised that even joining you to play that little bit that we did worked, because co-op is apparently not working.
Still not.
So
continuing here, I said the game is full of tedium, including dismal side quests, frustrating check-look locations, overly long animations. You know how I feel about overly long, cumbersome animations. It's one of the reasons why the Final Fantasy VII Remake pissed me off, even though that game is good. Long elevator rides and load times. You know that tower we were trying to get into in co-op? You know how long it takes to ride the elevator from the bottom to the top of that tower?
How long?
2 full real minutes.
What?
2 full real minutes
On PS5.
on PS5. It takes, you get in the elevator and you wait 2 minutes. I literally thought the game was fucking broken. It takes 2 minutes.
And how long does it take if you use the glitch to fly to the top with that invisible wall? 10 minutes?
10 to 20 minutes. And it takes 2 minutes up, and then it takes 2 minutes down. There's a quest that requires you to go up and down several times using the elevator, and then every time you want to get to the top, which you have to complete other side stuff, you have to take the elevator up. And it takes 2 minutes. That does not respect my time.
Yeah, that seems to be the general theme here, is that the game doesn't respect your time.
Yeah. Next point, I said the game does not respect your time. It makes everything overly long, complicated, and tedious. You have to play the game 20 to 25 hours to be actually able to play the game. You are so underpowered, as you mentioned in the past, Brett, and lacking anything at the start, and the hump is monumental in regards to time commitment to get anywhere. Bad choice.
Yeah,
And-
they lock basic abilities like sliding behind a skill tree, which I said in the initial 10-hour review,
Yeah.
I said, so weird and bold of them to make a choice where basic game mechanics like that are locked behind a skill tree, you know?
Yeah. And then in regards to, I was trying to platinum the game. That hope is gone. Because there are missable collectibles in the prologue, in addition to 12 other story missions. You have to collect all of the collectibles to get the platinum trophy. There are glitch trophies and achievements, which I realized when I beat the story, that will force you to replay the game because you can't pop them in co-op. These are the middle of the
You could
game.
play.
Yeah,
co-op.
true. These are in the middle of the game. What's up, Kevin? Welcome. They're in the middle of the game, and I'm just fucked. And I didn't realize until the end, and I got the last story trophy, and I was like, wait a minute. These other two should be story trophies. I looked, they're glitched. They're in the middle of the game, which basically means I probably have to put in another 40 hours to get to them. Just to hope they pop? Yeah, no, fuck you. I had to restart multiple quest lines because an NPC spawned in during a conversation and would block me in an area. So I had to literally restart the whole entire quest line.
This is Dying Light 2, by the way, for
Dying
anyone
Light
that's
2.
joining us. Yeah.
The game was broken at launch, which was true and remains so, including trophies, co-op, Deathloop, etc. Overall, don't play the game. I was trying to platinum it on PS5 after beating the story and getting about 70% of the trophies overall, which I did. I don't want to go back. The game launch is unacceptable. The game is unacceptable. It's bad. I hate it. It fucking sucks. They should be ashamed of themselves.
I can't even play it.
That's it. So I won't waste any
cannot
more
even
of your
play it.
time. That's it.
All right. Well, is that all you got in terms of what you've been watching, playing, gaming,
Yep.
sucking?
Yeah.
All right. Well, with that then, Josh, I think it's time for... Time for the Abysmal Chronicles, Josh.
That's right.
So we're going to start off here, guys. Again, if you don't know, the Abysmal Chronicles is the segment of our show where we go over the news topics that were just a little too abysmal to make it as main topics for the show. We start off this every week by going over the top video game releases that are going to be coming out this week. This one's kind of long. It's a big list. I actually pulled the list from IGN, I believe, so it's a little bit longer than our usual one. There's also a very funny typo. So,
Okay.
coming up tomorrow, we have Destiny 2: The Witch Queen on PC, PS5, Xbox Series X, Xbox One, PS4, and Google Stadia.
The Beach Queen.
There's a game called Ghosts coming out on PC,
Call of Duty
PS4,
Ghosts.
Xbox One, and Switch. A game called Soul Cresta is coming out on the PC, PS4, and Switch. And Tiny Combat Arena is coming to PC tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. On the 23rd, we have a game. What?
Dr. Oil?
Yeah, that's not the typo. That's real.
Oh, okay.
There's a game coming out tomorrow called Dr. Oil on PS4 and Xbox One. We're also getting Edge of Eternity cloud version on the Switch, which is launching on the 23rd as well. And Final Fantasy VI Pixel Remaster is coming to PC on the 23rd as well. Here's the typo. Martha is Death. The game is actually called Martha is Dead. And it's coming out on the 24th on PC, PS5, Xbox Series X, PS4, and Xbox One. Never Alone Arctic Collection launches on the Switch on February 24th. Grid Legends launches on PC, PS5, Xbox Series X, PS4, and Xbox One on February 25th. Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask comes out
Mm.
on the Switch on February 25th. Like, this is the Nintendo 64 port.
Forgot about that. Yeah.
Moto Rotor is coming to PS5, Xbox Series X, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch on February 25th. And finally, Elden Ring will be releasing on PC, PS5, Xbox Series X, and for Xbox One on February 25th.
It's finally here.
It is finally here. And I am so excited for that game. I can't even believe it.
Hell yeah, brother.
All right, let's jump into our topics here. Josh, Charlie Day wants to star in a Luigi's Mansion movie.
That's right.
This is coming from Games Radar. Charlie Day has revealed his desire to star in a movie adaptation of Luigi's Mansion, which, by the way, I may not be on board with the Super Mario movie and all of that crazy cast, but a Luigi's Mansion movie, I can get behind.
Mm-hmm.
If he's good as Luigi in the Super Mario movie, I'm all in for this. Okay?
Hell yeah.
In a recent interview, Comic Book asked Charlie Day about his recent casting in Universal's untitled Super Mario movie and wondered if he'd be interested in a movie of his own.
Mm-hmm.
He's quoted as saying, "Yeah, my son was just playing Luigi's Mansion the other day on his Switch. Look, I'm thrilled to get the opportunity. I grew up playing Super Mario Brothers, as did everyone I know. So we'll see. It's like anything else in life. I'll go if I'm invited." What do you think about that?
I like it.
All right, moving on.
I'm in.
Big news for
I'm in.
Bugsnax
I'm
fans.
in for just how abysmal it has the potential to be.
Oh, it could be very abysmal. And
Yeah.
if he's like I'm saying though, if he's good in the Super Mario movie, then like I'm down for like a pseudo horror Luigi's Mansion movie, you know?
Hell yeah.
All right, big news for Bugsnax fans. If you're a Bugsnax fan, listen up. The new Bugsnax DLC is being inspired by Jurassic Park 2.
We're talking about Bugsnax, folks.
Talking about Bugsnax. This is coming from Games Radar. The upcoming Bugsnax DLC was inspired by the second Jurassic Park movie, according to the game's creative director. Speaking in the latest issue of Play magazine, creative director and writer of Bugsnax, who, by the way, I didn't know he was also the writer, but shout out to him. That game has an incredible story. Kevin Zune says, "We wanted to have a kind of identifiable new mechanic, something that would really set this area apart from the others, and something that would make these particular Bugsnax a little bit trickier to catch than the others." There was also then, of course, the idea of doing like the Lost World Jurassic Park, right?
No.
Where we're like, oh, a mysterious new island, and now they're huge. And why not? The bigger, the better.
All right.
What are your thoughts on that? There's a little bit more. But I want to hear what you think.
Listen, man. I always want more Bugsnax. You know that. That's always going to be my answer. I think it's this in particular is a pretty unique concept as well, and could work because remember we're getting the big snacks shit.
Yes, exactly. Well, that plays into his next statement here. Zoom said he got the idea after reviewing feedback from fans who expressed their love of the big boss fights, such as the Pizza Slice Mothza Supreme.
Yep. You needed to do that to get the platinum.
Yes. We can only assume he took this feedback and ran with it. Players will be delighted to know that the new DLC comes with customizable options, which will add to the wacky aesthetics of Bugsnax.
Give it to me.
Give it. Former PlayStation head says he's played an unreleased Souls-like game, but it's almost certainly not Bloodborne 2. This is also coming from Games Radar. Former PlayStation head Shuhei Yoshida has teased an unreleased Souls-like game is on the way for PlayStation players.
Mm-hmm.
Revealed in a tweet, Yoshida, who is now the head of PlayStation's indie game efforts, made a list of the last few games that he had played. The list consisted of Horizon Forbidden West, Genshin Impact, Sifu, an unreleased puzzle action game, and an unreleased Souls-like game. Shortly after this tweet, Yoshida followed up with a reply to their original tweet, clarifying that the unreleased Souls-like they mentioned was not Elden Ring. This, of course, resulted in Bloodborne fans flooding Yoshida's mentions with speculation that the unreleased Souls-like game could actually be Bloodborne 2.
Yes, I like the little reply in this thread too. Herman Holst replies, "Such a tease." Shu says, "I did not mean to." And then somebody replied, "Wait till articles be made from this tweet." Laughing emoji. And it is literally how we found out about this. So
that's right.
Yeah.
All right,
Listen, I love Shuhei Yoshida. All right.
I love Shuhei Yoshida, and as the head of the indie game division at PlayStation, it makes me wonder if this is like an indie Soulsborne game.
Could be.
Could it be Salt and Sacrifice? Maybe, but it said unreleased, right? Not unannounced.
Just said unreleased. Yep.
So, could be Salt and Sacrifice.
Could be Salt and Suck Me Off.
It's a good one. I like that. This is big news for us, Josh. Supermassive Games trademarks a non-Dark Pictures game. This is coming from IGN. Supermassive Games seemingly has plans to work on non-Dark Pictures anthology games in the near future, following its trademark of a new IP called The Quarry. The developer filed this new title, which will be its first diversion from the Dark Pictures games since 2018, with the European Union Intellectual Property Office, as spotted by @TheMarmalade on Twitter. This comes just 3 weeks after Supermassive filed trademarks for 6 further Dark Picture games to release on top of its upcoming The Devil in Me.
Yep. What's up, Christian? No problem, brother. Welcome.
What
We're still on the Abysmal Chronicles.
Yeah, we're just getting started here. This is a new non-Dark Pictures game coming from Supermassive. Of course, Supermassive, the guys who made Until Dawn, the Dark Pictures games, as I've mentioned several times now at this point. If you actually click on that link, Josh, I don't know if they
I already did.
Oh, okay.
It's
so you
already
see the
up.
logo?
Yeah, it's already up behind you.
Very much looks like the Thing logo.
Dude, I'm so happy you said that. That's the first thing I thought of.
Right? It looks just like it.
Yeah. Christian, you did miss that, but we are going to be doing a full kind of quote-unquote early review discussion of Horizon very soon, if that's what you're asking about. But yeah, you're right. It looks like the Thing. It looks like the Thing. It looks like the Thing logo. The other question I had for you, Brett, and I don't know if you mentioned, and I forget now because I closed the the link to the oh my fucking god, the trademark. But this was just filed, correct? Like the February 17th.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. Yes, Christian, you'll hear our thoughts very shortly on that. Was that correct? Was I accurate?
I believe you are, yes. I don't
Okay.
actually...
So it was just filed. So anything, the point I was making is that it's going to be a while before we see anything from this, likely.
Oh, no, I'm looking now just to make sure.
Yeah.
February 17th, 22.
Mm-hmm. That's what I thought.
Now, last time... So, Josh, last time you and I speculated on a trademark of a game.
Yeah.
You know what that game was?
No.
You know?
No, I don't. I don't remember.
Bloodborne.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I'm sure there's a video out there of that. It'd be cool if we could find that and put it on Twitter or some TikTok or something. But yeah, before Bloodborne came out, there was like a leak of trademarks, and we talked about that on our channel.
I do remember that.
So that's cool and all. That's all great. But there's other news now that has come out about Supermassive Games, Josh, that I don't understand why this is happening, and I don't understand what's going on. Okay. Apparently, Until Dawn is being remade for PlayStation 5.
Yeah, I heard about this.
So this is coming from comicbook.com, and it's a Twitter user named AccountNGT on Twitter. Their tweet said, "From what I've heard from several separate sources, in addition to their newest games, Supermassive Games is reportedly working on a remake of Until Dawn for some time that will be coming to current-gen consoles. I will try to find out more about this potential project." So the interesting thing is this came out last week before The Quarry was trademarked, okay?
Sure.
Is The Quarry a code name for Until Dawn? I don't know. Is that related to this? I don't know.
Yeah, I guess. I think my bigger question is why would you be remaking Until Dawn? The game is not that old, and while I know there's still issues with how it runs in some areas, I don't think it's inaccessible. So
I agree.
I'm a little confused unless it's because they're making a second one.
Yeah, and it's possible that this leaker might have seen some things, and it's now they're speculating it's a remake, but it could be a sequel.
Could be a sequel, yeah. But I don't know if the patent or the trademark, whatever, and this is related. And I don't even know if Supermassive honestly would do Until Dawn 2 or this remake potentially, if they are, because they are doing their own thing. That's actually that is a big mistake that PlayStation made, was not securing them.
I would agree with you.
So
one big thing here is maybe, so the article title says Until Dawn is being remade for PlayStation 5. However, the tweet from Account NGT, the actual leaker, says that it will be coming to current gen consoles.
Right.
Until Dawn was only available on PS4.
Correct.
So perhaps it's like a remaster where they're going to release it on all the consoles. I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knows? But I just want to give some credibility here. So Account NGT, they're credible to an extent. They were the ones that leaked Star Wars Eclipse days before the actual game was revealed. They posted a graphic with the logo in the background and even used the hashtag Quantic Dream to show that like they're the ones that are going to be developing the game. So
sure. Okay.
Credible.
Cool. We'll keep an eye on it.
Keep an eye on it. Bad news, big news with this next one.
Poo news.
The Capcom countdown that we talked about in last week's episode hit 0 today.
Right.
The reveal was Street Fighter 6, dude.
Now, I want to maybe get out in front of this, Brett, in saying that you could say that for the first time in the history of the channel, Haptic Intel was wrong.
That's incorrect.
But I would say you're incorrect, because we did mention Street Fighter 6 as an alternative. Specifically, you did in that conversation very briefly. You literally did, and I brushed over it. Therefore, we're right. And I don't know what else to tell you. Even when we're wrong, we're right. And when we're right 100% of the time. So put that on a t-shirt. Put that on a t-shirt. I don't know.
That sounds fair. So the Capcom countdown hit 0. A little trailer is available on the website now for Street Fighter 6. It looks, it's not gameplay, and it looks good, but I don't know what it is. So more news will be hitting this summer about Street Fighter 6. If you're a fighting game fan, there you go.
Yeah, I know there are a lot of Street Fighter fans out there, but we're not. I don't.
No. I'm going to jump over one story that I have here because this one kind of relates to that. Capcom also announced a fighting collection that is combining 10 classic games coming to PS4 in June. So Capcom has announced the efficiently named Capcom Fighting Collection for PlayStation 4. It's a collection of 10 games with rollback netcode, which is very important for online play and fighting games.
Yep.
The titles are as follows. So if you're a fan of fighting games, listen up. Darkstalkers, The Night Warriors, Darkstalkers Revenge, Vampire Savior, The Lord of Vampire, Vampire Hunter 2, Darkstalkers Revenge, Vampire Savior 2, The Lord of Vampire, Red Earth, Cyberbots Full Metal Madness, Super Gem Fighter Mini Mix, Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo, and Hyper Street Fighter 2. Those all sound like fake video games.
All right. Well, congratulations to fighting fans.
Yeah, I've heard good things about Puzzle Fighter. I think that's a big one that people really like. So, speaking of things that people really like, Josh, another news story for you today. Uncharted movies audience score is completely at odds with the critic score. This is coming from Push Square. So I know you and I are both pretty down on Uncharted the movie. We haven't seen it, but we
haven't seen it
desire.
yet. Haven't seen it yet. Right.
Have zero desire. Right.
Correct. Yep.
But it looks like it's doing well. So movie critics weren't overly keen on the Uncharted movie, but cinema goers are loving it. Over on Rotten Tomatoes, the film has a critics rating of just 39% approval, but it's a certified hit among audiences. 90% of viewers recommend it. It's a largely similar story on Google, where it currently commands a score of 4.2 out of 5. And on IMDb, it's achieved a less stellar, but still respectable 6.7 out of 10 user score.
Yeah, I mean, it's Tom Holland.
Yeah.
It's the Tom Holland syndrome. And here's the thing. While this movie is certainly not for us, I'd have no interest in seeing it. Tom Holland's fine. But here's what I hope comes from this. if you saw the movie and you liked the movie, go play the fucking games instead.
Someone actually followed me on Twitter recently. I followed them back. I think they're one of our GG friends. They're over from GG, the app. And they saw it, I believe, and they said something to the extent of like, okay, origin story's out of the way. It was decent. It was fine. Now let's get an actual Uncharted movie. Like, let's go. Like, let's take it to the next level.
Yeah.
So,
Hey, I'm sure it did better monetarily too than they were expecting to. So,
well, I'm going to talk about that right now. Actually,
gird your loins for the sequels.
The box office reports. Box office reports put the film's global take at around 132.2 million through Sunday, following its launch in Europe last week and North America this week.
Yeah.
It has hauled 44.16 million in its 3-day opening weekend in North America alone, outperforming estimates, with President's Day adding substantially to that tally through Monday. And a sequel is looking extremely likely right now. Good for them. Good for Tom Holland. Good for Sony. Use that money to make more games.
And download GG, the app, and review the Uncharted games.
Yes. Very obscure little plug you just did there.
No, I said that because Christian said he just got the GG app after watching our interview. I wanted to loop back to that.
Nice.
Follow us if you didn't, and we'll have to follow you too.
I've been following anyone that follows me on GG. So if you follow me on GG, I'll follow you back.
All right.
All right. This one is a little lengthy, this next one, and it probably could have been a main topic, but I'm just going to brush through it real quick. Microsoft approached Activision Blizzard about an acquisition just 3 days after the Bobby Kotick reports came out. This is coming from IGN. So this is going to be like a timeline of events from, Bobby Kotick, the report of Bobby Kotick coming out, him being a alleged pedophile or whatever the hell he was, molester, sexual abuser.
Yeah,
whatever.
not good.
Allegedly. So this is coming from IGN. On November 19th, 2021, in the course of a conversation on a different topic between Mr. Spencer and Mr. Kotick, Mr. Spencer, being Phil Spencer, by the way, of Microsoft and Xbox, Mr. Spencer raised that Microsoft was interested in discussing strategic opportunities between Activision Blizzard and Microsoft, and asked whether it would be possible to have a call with Mr. Nadella the following day. Mr. Nutella, if you will.
Mr. Edward Mandela.
I don't know who that is. Mr. Kotick agreed to participate in such a discussion, the filing reads. In a call on November 20th, 2021 between... What the fuck is that? What does that mean in our notes? Mezzers? Who the hell is Mezzer?
I don't know. Nebuchadnezzar, dude.
In a call on November 20th, 2021 between Kotick and Nadella, Nadella indicated that Microsoft was interested in exploring a strategic combination with Activision Blizzard. On November 18th, Spencer sent an email to his staff saying he is disturbed and deeply troubled by the horrific events and actions at Activision Blizzard, and that he is evaluating all aspects of their relationship with Activision Blizzard and making ongoing proactive adjustments. So basically, Phil Spencer was like, hey guys, I'm interested. And then he was like, hey everyone, by the way, I don't like what they're up to, but I'm still interested. And then on November 26th, Microsoft presented an initial offer of $80 per share, which would have been a 32% premium of Activision Blizzard's stock price on November 25th. But the two companies would negotiate and the price would rise to $95 per share.
Right.
This part is what interests me, Josh. While the deal was officially announced on January 18th, the filing states that Kotick had reached out to a handful of other companies before the announcement, and that an unnamed person had even discussed purchasing the Blizzard part of Activision Blizzard or making all parts or all of Activision Blizzard private. So that is fucking crazy.
Yeah. It seems like, well, yeah, I mean, who was that person? But it also seems like Kotick was like, oh, well, we're getting this. Let me go out fishing and see what else might be out there.
As you would.
Should,
right?
Yeah. Do your due diligence, certainly.
But the fact that someone was like, we might just purchase Blizzard off you, dude.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Elsewhere in the filing, it is also said that Microsoft would have to pay anywhere from $2 billion to $3 billion if the deal falls through due to an injunction arising from antitrust laws. Additionally, a list of shares of Activision Blizzard common stock beneficially owned shows that Kotick currently owns 4,317,285 shares. If he were to leave the company and be bought out, he would gain, according to the $95 price per share price, $95 per share price, he would leave with $410,142,075. The Wall Street Journal previously noted that sources familiar with the deal say that Kotick will leave the company following the completion of the deal when it closes in the fiscal year ending June 30th, 2023.
Yeah, almost $500 million richer.
That is fucking insane, my man.
Yeah. On top of his, $200 million a year salary or something like that already?
That is just
he's already
absolutely,
a billionaire.
Absolutely insane.
Yeah.
And I'm sure when he retires, he's going to find a nice home, somewhere along the likes of Abyssville or Bad Friend Boulevard, So just wanted to throw those out for my friend Steven. So yeah, that's the Abysmal Chronicles. That's all I got for you today.
Okay.
But before we move on to our main topic, guys, there's something we need to discuss. We need to discuss it right now. Dubby Energy, W.GG, if you guys don't know, we're sponsored by Dubby. And there's something I want to talk about. I've been drinking Dubby a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And today I decided, and I didn't tell you this, Josh. I told you a little bit, but I didn't tell you the full story. So if you didn't know, WGG or Dubby Energy, W.GG is the website. If you didn't know, it's a powder. You mix it with water, you shake it up in your shaker cup, and you get instant energy. Okay? Here's the problem. I like my Dubby to be a little strong. So I usually do 2 scoops.
Mm-hmm.
Josh, today, when I told you I did extra scoop, I didn't mean 2, dude. I have 3 scoops of Dubby in my cup right now.
I do 1 scoop.
Well, I was very tired today, and
sure.
You know what? It tastes so good. I wanted more.
Yeah.
Right. I use the Dub Sludge flavor. It's very sour. I like it. It's very sweet and tasty. Josh, it absolutely is wrecking me right now. It is so sour, but so good. And you've been seeing me throughout the show. I've been drinking it, and
hell yeah,
it's phenomenal. So 3 scoops, and you know what? Very important. It says on the packaging of my little container of Dubby, it says that it's 30 servings. Josh, it's not 30 servings. It's way more than 30. Yeah. I've been double scooping that bitch. Way more than 30. So not only is it good, not only is it a good value, you're going to save 10% if you use our code SLICK at checkout.
Right.
You're just getting a lot of it. It's great. So listen, I'm going to give you the spiel. If you don't know, Dubby was formulated to give you focus and energy with no jitters or crashes. Their formula contains vitamins, amino acids, and nootropics, including the patented Neurofactor. There's no calories, there's no sugar, no artificial colors, no fillers, none of the bad stuff that no one likes. If you find it hard to work or study, use code SLICK to save on Dubby. That's right. If you use code SLICK on checkout at Dubby.GG, you will save 10% off your order. And that 10% will go right to us and help us fund new episodes of our show, our podcast, new episodes of Unclaimed Baggage, which, by the way, coming real soon. We got our packages in the mail. We're going to be filming it this week. So, yeah, thank you. We have a couple people that have actually used code SLICK at Dubby.GG.
Yeah.
So thank you very much.
I do also just want to add that, because I am waiting on a few as well, they are a little backed up, which they tell you on the website before you order, so they might be a little bit longer sending out orders, but even if you do order one and it's not available right away, it'll tell you, and then once it is done, it'll get sent. So be patient. They're a very small company, startup, indie, if you will, but they are very communicative. I've actually touched back and forth base with support, and they were very nice and very cool. And gave me a little extra something that they did not need to, which I actually didn't tell you, Brett. I should have. I forgot. But
I know you did get a $10 coupon that we gave away
on
our show.
Yes, but something else too, for a little oopsie, but it's okay. So
well, hopefully they don't make any oopsies with anyone else.
No, I'm not knocking on.
Yeah, their product is phenomenal. Listen, we found their ad online. It said we sponsor gamers. I hit them up. They approved us. And now, we love their product. Yeah. Hopefully they like us. We're going to bring them business. Thank you very much to everyone that supports us and supports them.
Yeah. Christian said he got a tub of Dragonade. Hell yeah, that's what I just... That's right. Our studio audience loves it.
Dragonade is good. I also had some Dragonade. Dub Sludge, though, is my personal favorite. So
I'm drinking Dragonade right now, and actually it's empty because I drank it a lot as we were talking and before we started. So it's empty.
Can you see where I'm at?
Yeah, a little bit.
That's where I was all the way at the top. I'm here now.
Yeah, I see it a little bit.
I'm sludging it up.
I'll give you something to sludge.
And I'll tell you what, energy drinks usually make me sludge it up.
Mm-hmm.
This does not.
Yeah,
I don't sludge it up.
That's
afterwards.
a good point. I haven't had to sludge out of my sludger.
Yeah, Dub Sludge doesn't make me sludge. They should make that the tagline, actually. Well,
Brett, it's an hour into the show, so
it's an hour into the show. We still haven't done the main topics. I think it's time. There's nothing else that we could do now. An hour into the show, except roll the intro.
that's right. Nothing like being an hour in and rolling the intro, folks. Am I right? Haha.
That's right.
But you know what? Who cares? I don't. Brett.
Josh.
Horizon Forbidden West.
That's a video game that just came out.
It is a video game that just came out. We both played it.
Yeah.
I'm a little over 10 hours in. You're a little under 10 hours in.
Mm-hmm.
But for the sake of rounding, we'll just call it first 10-ish hours.
Fine.
Okay. So I want to preface by saying we're not going to get into any story spoilers. We might talk about elements of it, but no story spoilers. So if you don't want to be completely... spoiled is not the correct term. If you don't want to know anything and you haven't played the game yet, go play it. Because I'll tell you this right now. It's fucking good. That's the... If I had to put it on the box art, game is good. All right?
Well,
would you
before
concur?
Before we talk about the actual game itself and how it plays and how it looks and all that,
yeah,
I want to just preface by saying, when you buy the game, if you haven't bought it yet,
oh yeah,
very important, buy the PlayStation 4 version of the game. You'll save yourself $10. It's a free upgrade to PS5. For some reason, they made the price different, even though you can get that free upgrade. So do yourself a favor, pre-order it on the PlayStation 4 or on the PlayStation Store website, or buy a physical PS4 copy of the game, and then just on PS5 do that upgrade.
hell yeah.
Save money, fuck Sony for that. I really don't like that.
Yeah,
they hid that whole thing.
Yeah,
they're hiding that.
That's that whole thing was a debacle.
I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah. Christian makes a good point. Use that extra 10 bones for an order over at Dubby. That's right. Dubby.gg. Use code SLICK 10%.
Christian's selling it better than we ever could.
I know.
Jesus.
So he said in the chat, Christian just hit hour 11 himself. But let's hop into it, Brett.
Okay.
So first of all, what you're going to be seeing behind us in the theater down here are screenshots from me, my game. These are actual screenshots. These are not press images. These are screenshots. Now, I know you're watching it compressed in 1080p, but these are 4K HD screenshots behind us.
Wow. These are nice. You're a photographer. I didn't even realize.
I know, dude. I know. Most of these are actually taken during in-game cutscenes for the most part. Not even using photo mode. So let's hop into it, Brett. General thoughts, impressions. Elevator pitch your impression of the first 10 hours of the game.
I think it would be better if you went first.
Oh. Okay.
Listen,
Uh-oh. Don't do it.
So okay, I'll go.
I'll kick you right out of the theater right now.
Here's the deal with Horizon. It hasn't grabbed me yet. I don't know
Okay.
if I'm just not far enough or
Where are you?
what. No story spoilers, but I completed the whole intro mission, that long
Sure.
mission. I finally am in the open world free roaming thing.
Mhm.
I went into that, so I went down the mountain on that elevator.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in that little town, and I'm
Gotcha.
doing little activities all around there.
Gotcha. Okay. The game. So you're not really in the open world yet. To be honest.
Well, I
with you.
am.
You're
But,
not.
okay. But I have the option to do whatever I want.
In that area. You're not there
Okay.
yet. Your story hasn't even begun yet, basically.
I'm aware.
Yeah.
I get it.
The actual story hasn't begun yet. But
It
so
hasn't grabbed me.
I understand, and I understand that from where you're at, because I know exactly where you are. Here is the thing about the beginning of this game. I personally love it. I disagree with the sentiment I've seen online that it takes too long to get to the open world. And here is really where that comes from. Mind you, I just replayed Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah.
I just platinumed Horizon Zero Dawn not that long ago. Okay. I did every side mission in Horizon Zero Dawn, every main mission. I did everything there was to see in that game.
Yeah.
And when I tell you this game honors every single side mission, character, presentation, element, story beat that was in the first game, they do it in the first 3 hours of this game. Every character you speak to in that little beginning area, right? You know what I'm talking about, where you go to where the first game ended, pretty much.
Yeah.
The tower. Yeah. You talk to all of those characters. They touch on things from the last game. They are some side mission characters. You get into the game further later on, some side mission characters from the first game reappear, and you continue those fucking stories from the first game.
Yeah.
You retouch on them. Dude, they do such a good job of honoring what they set up, even in the stuff that you could skip and not experience in the first game.
Yeah. And I want to touch on that because although like I said, it hasn't grabbed me yet. That doesn't mean that I think the intro was,
I understand.
Like a slow paced thing. I think the intro was phenomenal. That whole couple hour segment, right?
Mm-hmm.
It caught me up to speed with everything that happened in the first game. That I didn't replay the game, and honestly,
forgot.
I didn't remember anything about Horizon Zero Dawn at all, except that Aloy was a clone and that
right,
whatever, all that nonsense. So I was like enjoying that. I was like, oh, they're really catching me up to speed here. But some of it, I was like, even like I could see where it was too long. I was like, I could see where people would think this is a little too long. But for me personally, I needed that.
Yeah.
They caught you up with the controls. They caught you up with the story. I think it was the perfect intro. My problem is where I'm at now, I don't quite have a mission. I don't know what is in front of me. I am on a journey of I don't know what is to come.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the point. And I get that.
Yeah.
But there was a part where I came across a side character, and that side character was like, let me come with you. Mm-hmm. And Aloy was like, you can't come with me. I have things to do. And he's like, what are you doing? And she goes, I don't know.
Yeah. She just knows she has to do something.
And I'm like, I'm aware you don't know, because even I don't know what we're doing here. So
that's funny. I'm gonna touch on that for a second.
Okay.
One of the themes of this game is Aloy being, and I don't mean this in a bad way at all. I actually mean it in a good way. One of these themes of this game is Aloy being like, I got so much fucking shit to do, bro. I don't know what the fuck to do. Like, literally, can I do this? I gotta fucking do this. I gotta do this. I thought I did this shit. I gotta fucking go do this shit again. Aloy is done. Aloy is such a good character, dude. She's fucking snarky. She doesn't take shit from anybody. She's way more confident about herself in this game. She knows what she has to do. She tells everybody else to go fuck themselves. And
she's a flawed character, too.
She's very flawed. She's very short-tempered, and a lot of times she's like, bro, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I just gotta go do this shit.
We find out that after the first game, she literally just left.
Yeah.
After this huge victory and saving everybody, she was like, peace, I'm out.
Which is part of, I think, her character is going to be part of her character arc in this game, is like, hey, it's really okay to like lean on other people. You know what I mean? You've been an outcast your entire life. You're not an outcast anymore. You have people in your corner. So
agree.
let's transition then, I guess, to characters a little bit. Aloy obviously is great. All of the supporting cast so far has been really phenomenal in this game. All brought to life by not just excellent voice acting, but excellent animation work and excellent attention to detail.
100%. I'd be lying if I tell you I remember most of the characters that
Sure.
appeared.
Sure.
The gentleman that joins you in the very beginning of the game, I don't remember him at all.
Really? He's good.
I like him a lot. I liked him a lot in this game.
He gets even better in this game. I'll tell you that right now.
No idea. She's like, "Oh, you have a beard now." I'm like, "I didn't know you didn't have a beard, dude." I have no idea.
Yeah, he's good.
But yeah, the characters look great. Their animations are incredible, and like you said, that dialogue so natural. And we heard this from previews early on that the dialogue is unbelievably natural. I can't believe even in side quests.
Yeah, dude,
how natural.
I'm exhausting every dialogue option as side quest because I'm like, I just want to. First of all, I'm interested in what they're saying, and I also just want to watch them speak. Their mannerisms. They're not. It's not like a normal RPG type of game, or even the first game where it's just two characters facing each other and speaking. Right, dude. They move all over the place. Their expressions. They don't constantly look at the other character. They look away. It's so. This had to have been done via mocap. All of these conversations, I feel like, with the added animation probably on top of it, because
they're actually acting with one
exactly, because there's and maybe I'm wrong because I don't actually know, but if this is, I literally don't know if I could understand how they did it so well. I feel like it has to be mocap.
Yeah, and all the performances are great. I mean, there's even a little kid. So I was like testing it, and I was like, okay, the dialogue in this game is great. The way it's written is great. The delivery of every line is great. And I was like, if there's one place it's going to falter, it's a young child actor that can't deliver lines or whatever. Dude, I literally talked to the Sun King's little son or whatever.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, I was like, here it is. He's going to fuck it up. Even he was great. I was like, all right.
Dude, it's next level. And I think, of course, Ashley Birch, right? Kills it, man. I mean, there is... I don't know. I don't... It's one of those things where I wish they had focused more on it in marketing, because to me, it is the generational leap in the game. It is the reason that the game exists, right? Yes, the story, which, by the way, the story, getting a little bit further, is so fucking intriguing. Like, there's a part that made my jaw drop. And even it will make your jaw drop, even though you don't remember the first game fully, but because of what it insinuates, the narrative is so much stronger than the first game, and I really like the first game's narrative, but that's also just strengthened by the animation and the acting work on top of it.
So I'm excited to really delve into it and get to the part you are in the story, so I can feel that way. Like I said, I'm just not there yet, but I'm looking forward to it. It just right now it almost feels like a chore to play it. It looks beautiful, everything about it's great, but I'm like, dude, can we just move on? And then there's like, and this happens with me, and it's me, it's my problem. But open world games, sometimes they overwhelm me with so much. There's question marks on my mini map. There's things, and I'm just like, I don't know where to go, dude. I don't know what to do next. But if what you're saying is true, and I'm not even really in the open world thing yet, then I'm going to progress, and I'm gonna get through it, and I'm gonna see what happens.
Yeah.
I actually just did. You probably did this too. In that little area that I'm in, there was a hotel, and you had to find the key to get to a room, and I'm like going under shit and hopping on boxes.
The relic ruin.
Yeah. So I did all that, and that was cool. I was actually kind of frustrated. I couldn't figure out how to. You go underneath the hotel, and you're supposed to pull a box down, and I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, dude. I was stuck down there forever. And then there was also like the thing where you have to line up the image of the
viewpoint thing.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. It was challenging. I didn't.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about. I actually struggled with that because I was facing the wrong way the entire time.
Same.
And I didn't see the actual structure behind me. So
that's a really neat mechanic that they added, or game like challenge, I guess. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
It's
so
tough.
There is something like that in the first game, but you don't have to line it up. It's like you climb to like a viewpoint somewhere, and then it presents you with the image. But this one, it's cool because you actually interact with it, and you learn more about it rather than just climbing a tower and seeing it. So
yeah, you actually like line up where it was in real life in real time.
Yeah.
So what are we going to talk about next? Gameplay or
Uh,
graphics, fidelity? What do you want to?
let's do graphics and then let's wrap up maybe with the gameplay stuff.
Okay.
So one of the big things I think we were worried about going into this is that it's also designed for PS4 in mind.
Yeah.
And it seems that they really kind of threaded the needle with providing every platform it's on a great experience, right? PS4 and PS4 Pro, obviously you're going to have lower resolution, hard cap 30 FPS frame rate, lower level of detail, texture quality, stuff like that. But PS5, I actually think it's actually kind of a showcase, which is really surprising to me because that is a thing that I criticized quite heavily. But it is not just gorgeous, but the level of detail on character models in the world. You stop in the open world at any time and just fucking look at the screen. There's so much detail and shit going on everywhere. It's nuts.
I would have to agree with you. Are you playing resolution, like performance mode, or are you playing resolution?
So I went back and forth because normally I'm a frame rate shill, if you will, where I'm like, I want the higher frame rate. And then I started on performance mode and I was like, this looks great. Let me just see, I know it was 30 FPS, but I was like, let me see if there's any change with resolution mode or quality mode or whatever it is, which sometimes there is and sometimes there's not, as far as how much it's noticeable. The quality mode, there's actually a significant difference. Where I was like, oh shit, this looks as good as it looks on performance mode. This looks even more next level. The texture quality, general level of detail, resolution, obviously. And then I started playing it in the quality mode, and I was like, this actually doesn't feel bad for 30 FPS. It's so smooth, like it's consistent. Like the frame pacing and the frame rate is so consistent and smooth that I actually played in the quality mode for a little while. And then when I started to get into more fights, I was like, I just want that faster frame rate for like the quick action fights, but it's not bad.
I've only played in performance, and the game looks fantastic. So maybe I'll switch over to quality mode and see how it looks. But it looks fantastic. One thing I noticed. So remember with the PS4 in that generation, they kind of showcased the particle effects really heavily. So games like Resogun, Infamous Second Son, it was the particles that they were really focused on. I think that we've mastered that at this point.
Yeah.
Because there is moments in Horizon where you will literally be able to tell there was like something coming down, like snow or little particles as Aloy was having a conversation. And I could literally differentiate the particles that were in the foreground and the particles that were in the background.
Yeah.
And it's hard, it's so hard to explain that, but just visually, I was like, damn, this looks fucking real. You know what I mean? It was a weird experience.
Yeah. And her, even like all the characters' skin, right? Like the famous hair meme at this point, but like, I there's not a single polygon to be found either.
No, I literally saw a GIF where they zoomed in on her video. They zoomed in on Aloy's face and like zoomed out.
Yeah.
The level of detail in her skin is insane.
It has like a little translucent layer, like it normally would. When there's water on her skin, it's translucent and reflects light. Like
I even read today that apparently in the hotter areas she sweats.
She sweats. She does. And you know why I can notice this is I'm wearing armor where her midriff is showing, and there was a section where she's talking and it's like hot, right? I literally watched her character model start sweating and her stomach became moist from sweat. I know that sounds weird, but I was like just standing there watching it. I was like, holy shit. And then when it's cold, she shivers, which she did in the first game, but also her clothes has like slowly gets like a layer of like ice and snow and stuff on it.
That's cool.
Her boots get it. There's an area where I was inside and she was like, damn, it's fucking cold in here. She didn't really say that, but she was like, it's freezing in here. She started to see her breath, and even her clothes started to get like a little icy layer on them and stuff like that. And there's things like that. It just really ground it. And yeah, I don't know.
That's awesome.
Let's wrap up with the gameplay, Brett. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, I got to be honest with you, dude. I think that the controls for this game are butt cheeks on a stick, dude. The game plays great. The mechanics are great. Combat feels good. But, dude, I'm just, like, constantly fumbling over shit. You got to push, like, down on the D-pad and then left on the D-pad and then L1 to bring up the menu. To me, it was like a little cumbersome, if I'm being honest.
It's the same control scheme as the first game.
I'm not saying it's not.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it just felt. Maybe it's me coming off of Dying Light 2. Maybe it's me coming off of whatever game I've been playing. I was fun, dude. I literally kept accidentally putting the blast traps down. I felt like an idiot, dude. I didn't know what I was doing.
No, don't do that.
But that being said, the bow and arrow feels so good.
Yeah.
So good. Combat feels great. Shooting the critical areas on the machines is just like
satisfying.
So satisfying.
Yeah.
You literally see it explode and you're like, fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah. There's some more weapons that you'll get to later, as you go to new towns and things like that are really, really cool. Really cool.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
I also like the tools that they've added. The little grapple hook thing is pretty sweet. And it looks like there's going to be more.
Did you get the glider yet?
I did not.
You'll get it very soon.
I'm assuming that is like the next tool that you in that little lineup.
Whereas Dying Light 2 doesn't give you anything till like 8740 million years into the game. This game gives you everything pretty much immediately.
Oh, that's good to hear.
So, which just makes traversal that much more fun. Speaking of traversal, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, what did you think about the gameplay?
I like it. It feels good. It hasn't changed much from the first game. I don't think it needed to, other than adding some new weapons and stuff like that. I mean, I don't really have much to say about it other than it feels good. I enjoy actually the weapon wheel stuff.
I like the weapon
because
wheel
when you're in combat, you can switch pretty quickly between things, and I actually never use really any of the traps and stuff.
I think the D-pad is where my flaw is.
Yeah, I don't normally use it except to heal, to be honest with you. I don't know. I just don't like playing that way. I also am using my staff quite a bit more than even my bow and arrow. I have it actually, though, that skill tree fully maxed out, which is great because I can stun machines pretty quickly, and I do a shit ton of damage.
So are you not stealthy as much as a bow user?
Nah, balls to the wall.
Okay.
Yeah, guns blazing, if you will. Which is the opposite of how I played the first game, but
yeah,
I don't know. I just really like how the staff feels in this game, and I think maybe the haptics add to that too. So
the haptics are good. I want to point out, and then also that's interesting that you can play the two different styles because they do have all the trapping mechanics, the traps and stuff from the first game, where you can actually see the footprints of the creatures as they walk around. So you could be stealthy, but it's cool that you can be balls to the wall as well, because I think I might start being more balls to the wall.
Yeah. And those skill trees, especially as you start to rank them up, they have these things called valor, moments of valor, or like valor surge or something like that, where you almost get like special abilities. Like it's something that you activate. It's almost like an ultimate ability type thing. Which when you get to the bottom of some skill trees, it really changes how much damage you do and how you interact with the combat. Excuse me. So it's pretty good. And then just the last thing I want to touch on was the traversal. The actual climbing and swinging is so much better in this game than the first game. It's easy to tell when you scan where you have to go. Everything is pretty much climbable. You know exactly where you have to climb. I have never made a jump that I missed, and I was like, oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Yeah.
That hasn't happened yet, because almost maybe to a fault, it grips you in so tight when you're climbing surfaces. And I think I'd rather have it this way, though, than it being too floaty and me getting frustrated with dying from falling all the time.
Yeah, I agree with you. I was getting very frustrated in that little hotel when I was just traversing that. I was trying to cheese. I couldn't figure out how to progress, so I was trying to cheese by like jumping on things, and it wasn't cooperating. But that's because it wasn't the yellow, grabbable objects, right? It was actual like just me trying to climb on different environments. So I agree. It's when you're traversing how you're supposed to traverse, it feels great, and you don't just jump to your death like Jedi Fallen Order, for example.
Yeah, for sure. So that's pretty much all I have to say about it. Do you have anything else you want to add, Brent?
Yeah, I'm excited to jump back into it. I don't know how much more I'm going to play this week with work and everything that's going on in my life. Elden Ring's coming out this week, and I'm definitely going to be prioritizing that over this one. But I'm looking forward to progressing, further so I can experience the game like you are,
Heck yeah. All right.
All right, well, moving on then to our next topic, Josh. Our
That's right.
final topic of the day, besides our indie intel segment, we're going to talk about Persona.
That's right.
We're going to talk about Persona's 25th anniversary and their announcements. So why don't you explain to me what the hell is next for Persona?
Yeah. So, as we know, Atlas has a big year ahead of itself still, Brett, following the success of Persona 5 Strikers and, of course, the continued celebration of the Persona's 25th anniversary, where they have, kind of a year-long commemoration of the series' history. So they announced that they had 5 announcements or 6 announcements or whatever, a bunch of announcements so far. We've gotten the anniversary-themed merchandise that we saw, the concert that they talked about, and then, of course, Persona 4 Arena Ultimax remastered port, whatever you want to call it. Right.
Coming out next month, yeah.
That's right. But it begs the question of what is next, Brett. So I think the port of Persona 4 Arena Ultimax is a potential tease for what's coming. Okay. So as exemplified previously with Persona 4 Golden on Steam and Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne, Atlas is having success with remasters and porting older games to new platforms.
Absolutely.
So, according to sources via Game Rant and leaker Zippo, who was correct about the Persona 4 Arena Ultimax, by the way, state that both Persona 3 and Persona 4 are receiving multi-platform releases in 2022, with Persona...
Yeah, dude.
With Persona 3 Portable supposedly slated to be revealed first.
Let's fucking go.
Port. Persona 3 Portable, the port. That's what I'm going to call it. Additionally...
P3PP. Persona 3 Portable port.
P3PP. Additionally, ever since Persona 4 Golden was ported to PC in 2022, of course, we've wanted a port for a modern console as well. Because right now it's only on PC and Vita.
Yep.
So...
And PS2.
But, whatever.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
So I have a few more points, and then I want your take on everything. So Atlas just registered a P5U.jp website. So .jp is Japan, obviously, but P5U, okay? This website borrows a similar name when Atlas used one for Persona 4 Arena, previously P4U.jp, leading many to believe that this could confirm a Persona 5 fighting game is in the works.
P5U, is that like Persona 5 Ultimax?
Something like that. So it would make sense the final one or a few reveals are for new games of the Persona franchise, obviously. That could be a standalone game set in the Persona universe, maybe, or even Persona 6, a teaser for Persona 6. So I do think there's a possibility that Persona 6 could be teased at the end of this celebration. I do believe, and we've talked about this before, that that's probably what it's going to culminate in. But what do you think about that? What do you think about potentially P3PP and Persona 3, Persona 4 remasters coming, or ports even to modern consoles?
Man, I mean, I would almost... So regarding the Persona 5 fighting game, I would almost rather them just add the P5 characters as DLC for Arena Ultimax. I don't know if we necessarily need a game.
Sure.
But the cool thing about the fighting games is like Persona 4 Arena Ultimax and Persona 4 Arena was cool because it was number one, a sequel to Persona 4, but it also combined Persona 3 and 4 and had the cast of both, right?
Right.
So if Persona 5 Arena is going to have characters from 4 and 3 like interacting with each other, like I'm game for that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As for like a remaster or just a port of Persona 3 and Persona 4, like, dude, I've been asking for this for years, you know what I mean? So I'll take it and I'll buy it on every platform it's on. I don't even care.
Yeah, I would love to have Golden on PS4, 5, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the Steam Deck's coming out, and the cool thing is that Persona 4 is on Steam, so
true.
Persona 4 Golden, I should say. So like that's kind of like taken care of. I'm not as excited for Persona 4 now. Would I replay Persona 4 on PS4 or 5? Yes. Would I get the platinum trophy in it? Yes. Uh, but I almost, if I'm being honest with you, dude, Persona 4 was such a great game to play in bed, laying down. And I think that's one of the reasons why I never finished Persona 5, despite being so far in. Not only that, plus the fact that they put out Royale, which, made me have to start from the beginning again. But I think that's one of the reasons why I never finished it, because I really liked playing them in bed. So, that being said, I would love it if they put Persona 3 Portable on the Switch. That would be slick as fuck. Now, if it's on PS4, I'll play the shit out of it. PS5, I'll play the shit out of it. But I would like to play these handheld. And I think that if they port that to a handheld console like that, I will literally ski. So
there you have it.
You could say, like, then just play it on the Vita. Well, I'm not playing my fucking Vita, dude. The Vita's fucking dead. All right.
Yeah. No, I truly, I mean, especially if Zippo is the source for these, which that human being is, and they were right about P4 Arena Ultimax, I don't see why we wouldn't get Persona 3 Portable and Persona 3 and Persona 4.
Now, here's the problem, Josh. Persona 3 Portable, this is the problem with Persona 3, dude. It came out on PS2, right? That's fine. But there's two versions of Persona 3.
Right.
There's Persona 3 Portable and there's Persona 3 FES. Is there a fire in the HQ, dude?
Mm-hmm.
Do you need to evacuate? You good?
No.
Okay. I mean, I would have to evacuate too. We're in the same location, obviously. Yeah. But yeah, so there's two versions of it, Persona 3 FES, Persona 3 Portable. And there's aspects of both that are great. In one, you get the female protagonist added with, unique story options, unique story parts and shit. And then and you get, anime cutscenes in one and whatever. And then you also have the battle system, which is improved in, I believe, FES. Or no, in Portable, where you can actually have your team be commanded by you rather than them do their own actions, which is, that's how Persona is now. You control your whole team.
Right.
So my problem here is I've wanted a combination of both. I've wanted a P3 FES and P3P combination. That's what I want. Okay. I don't want just Persona 3 Portable because that's not the best way to play the game. Or maybe it is, but it could be better,
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. Listen, I'll take whatever I can get.
I want them all.
Because the Persona 3 Portable port that's on the Vita doesn't have trophies. It's just a PSP game, right? So I'll take whatever I can get.
Yeah, for sure. I think it makes sense. I think they're coming, and I think we will get Persona 6 September of this year. Not coming out, announced.
We gotta play some games.
That's right, announced.
That's all it's about.
So.
You know what Atlas should do?
What's that?
They should copy how to get good games.
All right.
Just kidding. They make good games.
Yeah. All right, Brett, let's move on and wrap up, shall we?
All right, Josh. Hit me with this. This is Indie Intel, guys. This is our last segment of the day. We're going to talk about an indie game. It's a very small little indie game that's being made by one guy. Two people. Well, one guy's doing the music, one guy's making the game. It's hand-drawn animation.
That's right.
And it oozes with 90s animation goodness.
That's right.
The game is called Guinea Pig Parkour, and I need you to tell me about it.
Yeah, so Guinea Pig Parkour is a hand-drawn comedy parkour platform adventure presented as a lost 90s animated cartoon show. Run, jump, flip, vault, and climb through 90s-inspired cartoon worlds, featuring painstakingly crafted, fluid, hand-drawn, frame-by-frame animation, all made by one artist.
I'm sold. I'm already sold by the description, and then you show me what it looks like, and I'm...
Yeah, so the image, the video that's playing behind us, I found on Twitter. Searching the hashtag, which I do sometimes, is indie game or indie game dev.
You sure you weren't searching guinea pig?
No, I was not searching for guinea pigs. And I saw this. This is all I looked at, and I was like, yes, I'm in. And that's it. So, listen, this game looks really cool. It's not out yet. You can wishlist it on Steam. There's no release date announced yet, but they also, you said they have a Patreon. Sure.
If you click on that, you'll find their Patreon, and through that, you'll see They have 46 patrons right now, and he's making $196 a month just working on this game. So it's really cool that it's like kind of being funded by the people as well before it's even on Kickstarter.
Yeah.
So.
And you can also sign up. They're going to be releasing a demo soon. You can sign up to get notified when the demo comes out.
Yeah.
And yeah, wish listed on Steam.
I have to tell you, that demo's got to be coming soon because they tweeted about the demo coming soon in September of 21.
Yeah.
So, I mean, listen, dude, it's coming. Like, it's imminent, I would imagine, at this point.
Yeah, for sure. So, yeah, I mean, check it out. Guinea Pig Parkour. I don't know what there's not to like about this. So,
yeah.
You know. Anyway.
Go suck it off.
That's it. Links will be in the description. Guinea Pig Parkour. Check it out.
I was going to play, like, I'm looking at my soundboard here, and I'm looking at all the different Chad Warden sounds, and I was going to try to play one to go with that indie intel. But they're all very negative.
Okay.
Like, I don't want to play. Who wants to play that shit? Because, like, that's very rude.
We want to play that shit.
And have you played the PS1? That doesn't relate. And I don't give a fuck. That doesn't apply because that just doesn't make sense.
Right.
I don't know about you, but that shit ain't balling. That's peen.
Come on now.
Nah.
But you know what I'm trying to say? That looks like a dildo.
No.
No.
How about we just ask the audience to applause? All right, ready? On 3, I want everybody to applause. Okay? 1, 2, 3. I quit.
All right. Well, listen.
I'm listening.
We got big stuff coming soon. We got to talk about it real quick.
Live right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unclaimed Baggage.
Unclaimed Baggage.
It's a video series where you and I buy things from a place called Unclaimed Baggage. Where do they get their merchandise, Josh?
From planes, trains, and automobiles where people left them and they remain unclaimed.
That's right. And then we buy them for each other.
Claim them.
Mysteriously,
Right.
secretively.
Right.
We claim the unclaimed
Keep talking.
baggage.
Keep speaking.
We claim the unclaimed baggage, and then we send them to each other's house, and we have big packages, big boxes of nonsense. I think he's grabbing the package I sent him. I think that's what he's doing. That's all? That's all?
Oh, shit.
Well, one of the things I got you is like that big.
This is what I got.
Is it heavy?
It's not light.
Okay. It's all in there. Well, here's the problem. We're going to be recording this video this weekend. It's probably not going to be out for a little bit, so you're going to have to stay tuned. But I do want to give a little teaser. I want to let everyone know what they're going to be getting into here with Josh's with his package. I have mine, but it's sitting somewhere else in HQ. I don't feel like getting up and getting it. But Josh, I'm going to give you a little hint as to what your theme is for your box.
Okay.
And I told you this already once, and you didn't catch it. You didn't pick up on it.
Okay.
But I'll say this.
Nothing's too fragile in here, is it?
There is something.
I'm not gonna throw it.
Yeah, there's something in there that I don't want you to.
I'm not gonna throw it. I'm not gonna throw it.
The hint is, I'm gonna whisper it into my mic.
Okay.
You make my heart sing. That's all you get.
Fairies sing. I told you. I responded to you.
Yeah.
I understood. Heart is sing. I don't understand what that means.
No, you make my heart sing.
Oh. I just combined what you said and what I said.
Yeah.
You make my heart sing?
Mm-hmm.
Should I tease what yours is?
I almost don't want you to. Can you do it without being too inconspicuous? Can you give me a hint that doesn't give it away?
Oh, you're not gonna get it regardless.
I think my hint is just under the radar completely.
So No, that's too specific. I'm not even going to tell you because you could Google it and you'll see. So no.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Don't then.
Yeah. Let's just say south of the border.
Are we gonna get canceled?
No.
Are
South
you
of
gonna
the...
make me wear a sombrero and shit?
No. No appropriation. No.
Oh,
We would not do that.
no appropriation at all. We can't do any.
Mine is not appropriation.
Okay, that's good.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, you're gonna have fun with mine.
Oh boy.
Josh is gonna be naked.
No, I'm not.
He's gonna be
Afraid?
naked and afraid.
Mhm.
And there's gonna be another. So if you watched our last episode of Unclaimed Baggage, you'll know that there was like a little live action component where like we went out into the real world outside the studio. There's gonna be a little bit of that, I think, in this one as well for one of the gifts I got you.
Mhm.
One of the claimed baggages that I got you. So
Mhm.
let's just say you're gonna make my heart sing, dude.
Fairy is sing.
That's right. So yeah, without further ado, I think that's all I have. That's all I want to tell you about Unclaimed Baggage. Without further ado, I think we should end it. I think
Okay.
that's all we got.
Well, I want to thank everybody for being in the chat.
No. End it. Fuck them. Fuck these people. End it.
No like, comment, subscribe.
All right, never mind. Go ahead.
No buy our merch.
Um,
No thank you. Better have gotten him a 1950s baseball uniform, Christian says. in the
see,
chat.
that's what's good about my hint is that you could take it many different ways. So what he, well, you can read what he wrote there, Wild Thing, right?
Yeah.
So You Make My Heart Sing is the lyrics to Wild Thing, the song. So that's what, so Christian is assuming that I got you something that has to do with
my hint was too specific, saying south of the border.
I didn't say that.
Well, then what are you saying?
No,
You're
I'm
just
saying,
commending your own.
No. So what I'm saying, yeah, I guess I am. What I'm saying is you can take mine many different ways because while it is Wild Thing is a song that has been used in many things, including the film that he's referencing here, 1950s baseball uniform. There's a Major League, A League of Their Own. I don't remember what movie
All
it's
right,
from.
I'm going to tell you this right now. I am not going to think about it once we're done here.
That's fine. No, I'm not trying to say that you are going to get it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell you that even with that, you aren't going to get it.
I'm telling you right now, I'm too stupid to understand what's going on.
That's good. Keep it that way.
I don't know what Wild Thing is.
You don't know the song Wild Thing?
I'm sure if I heard it, I would know it. I don't know.
Wild Thing.
We're gonna get copy. Here we go, copyright, dude.
For singing it? You make my heart sing. Da, 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 da. It's John Moxley from AEW. It's his theme song.
Oh, okay. I do know what that is. I don't
I
know.
got you John Moxley in a box.
I've never seen
John
a League of Their.
Moxley.
I've never seen a League of Their Own. Major League. I've never seen that. I've never seen that movie. I've never worn a baseball uniform. And my brain is we gotta go. We gotta get out of here.
Wild Thing. Da, da, da. You make my heart sing. Da, da, da.
We're
You
done.
make everything. Da, da.
I'm preemptively canceling myself. So that's all I can tell you.
Good luck, brother.
I'm canceling myself right now.
I got bad news for you. We're getting canceled.
Why?
Let's just say that I didn't consider the fact that we could be culturally appropriating with my gift that I got you, and it could be taken in certain ways. one element specifically. Well, two. Well, all of it.
Do we have a
You're done.
20? Do we have a 2319, dude?
2319, you're canceled. The whole show's done. The channel's getting shut down. The podcast is over. Unclaimed Baggage is going to sue us. It's over.
They're gonna sue us.
Yeah.
Wow.
George and I are like brothers.